many people know this word super over. And for the people who don't know super over, let me tell you, this is an over when the match is in the most critical and the most exciting end, where both teams have scored equal, and now then the umpire gives super over. So in that over, all the players, 11 players on the of both the teams give their 100%, and there are there are a lot of perks also batting in the super over, and so many things happens that time. So now today in this session we are talking about super over of lifetimes. Why this lifetime is the super over of lifetimes, that we will discuss today. We are having Sahas ji with us, Sahas Rai ji. Uh, he is a professional cricketer, and I am a non-professional cricketer. So, but we both play cricket some or the other way. So today we are going to have a very interesting conversation. He works in Dell, and he stays in Bangalore, very close to Gurudev. So whenever he feels like, he can go to Bangalore ashram to feel the presence of Gurudev. So he is very lucky in that sense. He's an art of living teacher, inspired so many people in this path. He's a very young teacher. He teaches happiness program, guiding individuals in their transformative practice of Sudarshan Kriya, helping them achieve mental clarity, emotional balance, deeper connection with themselves. And he's working with Dell, where they apply their analytic skills and leadership abilities to drive financial efficiency and innovation. Their unique blend of expertise in both spiritual wellness and corporate world allows them to offer a holistic approach to personal and professional growth. This was a professional introduction, and at the end he is a devotee, but there is a catch. uh, in Before doing the art of living course, he was a complete non-believer, and he used to run away with all these type of things. How he came in this path, how everything happened, not run away, but he used to like having something, okay, why this religious and all things are happening. He was having such mentality, but suddenly things change. How that things change today, we will come to know about all the journey. Sahas bhaiya, welcome. Sahas bhaiya, first question to you is this lifetime really a super over? What do you think?
Jai Gurudev, everyone. First of all, Abhishek Ranjan ji, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am always grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for this as well.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And yeah, see, normal life, see, everybody, see, whoever is in art of living, we all know that we are living an amazing life. We are so fortunate for million things. Well, that also, in normal matches, everybody has that 50 overs to play, and sometimes, head to head games and all is okay. That is not, but in our life, to be very honest, having Gurudev with us, having his knowledge with us, it is definitely a super over which gives adds on so many advantages, so many plus points in us. So that is it. You're here means it is a super over. You have to only make the best use of it.
Acha, tell me, have you played any time in super over?
Oh yes, I have played Super Over so many times.
Uh, how what is the frame of mind that time, and how is
See, when you play a Super Over, the frame of mind is nothing but giving your best. That is that is one phase of six balls where you have to give your best. So in
okay?
life also, whatever we are doing now is nothing but a Super Over
So
because we have,
you are a
yeah,
batsman, by the way, or a bowler?
I'm a batting all-rounder. So I'm a number four, number three top order batsman and a medium pacer bowler. Yes.
So today we will add cricket in all the things we discuss. Uh, so at start of your journey, you were a non-believer. You were like a chill person, enjoying life. Everything was good. So what made you in this spiritual path? Means you used to think about spirituality like somewhere getting free time. Okay, why I came? What is this all spirituality thing? Somewhere you used to think about it.
See, for me, from the background I come, like you said, like I play cricket and stuff, right? So for me, all my life was going to the ground training, coming back to school, college, and then going back home. Whatever time you get is my recovery time, and then get back to the. So this is it. I used to strongly believe in eat, sleep, train, repeat. Okay. And my family, like my mother especially, she used to go always, there's some pujas and stuff like that. She used to always go and she used to force us. And the one thing used to always have, the fights we used to have at home is you go if you want. I don't want to come. Don't push me for all this. So this is the kind of attitude I had, and I always believed in hard work, no matter what it is. I didn't believe in. I mean, I was not a believer. For me, all it matters is what I'm doing, what is happening with me. That's it.
You used to believe in luck, like okay, tomorrow it's exam, so okay, God, please help me with some marks. You used to believe in such manner.
In this I will not deny. Maybe the one time that I would have, like stood in front of the small mantap what you have at home is probably during the exams, because that I used to always do the last minute prep. I used to never be, prepared for it. That used to happen. And coming back to your question, no, how things changed. See, again, whatever I did, when I was small, it was very simple. I want to play for India. Okay, I want to play for India. So I was playing for Karnataka on all the age groups and stuff. So my goal was pretty clear. But what happened was here and there, some things were not, I used to have a lot of injuries and stuff like that. Okay. And somebody one day told me there is a course happening. So back in I think this was back in 2013, where there was a Yes Plus program conducted in Bangalore. So I basically come from Bangalore. My native is Bangalore, and somebody pitched in saying this is a breath work which will help you increase your endurance, your focus, and all of that. So for me, again, I wanted to do this course only so that it could help me. Okay. But the fantastic part, how everything changed was on the second day of the course where I experienced Sudarshan Kriya. That feeling, I'm sure everybody will agree with me. That first experience of Sudarshan Kriya was mind blowing. Like, where I've never felt like that, anything like that ever before in my life. That experience, your body is getting into all vibrations, and, the thought, there's zero thoughts in your head and all of that. So everything was just amazing, and that is how I started involving myself, you know just doing my kriya every day, my sadhana every day. And of course I did my advanced course, and then I saw Gurudev there. Over it, just in a flash of a you know thing, everything changed.
There is a story behind you meeting Gurudev. Can you just tell that story?
Oh, the yeah. So when what happened with me when I first went to ashram. So how these art of living teachers are. You do happiness program, yes, plus they will not leave you. They will encourage you to do more courses. But I'm very grateful also. So the teacher with whom I did the program, I did the course, yes, plus I finished it. This was an amazing feeling ever. And then within a matter of 2 3 weeks, my teacher, along with some 10 12 S plus group, so that all the new folks. So we booked our tickets from Bangalore. We came to Bangalore. We did our advanced course. We came for an advanced course. We came to the ashram. The good thing happened then in the ashram was, for me, this entire setup is new. I'm used to going to parties, clubs, restaurants, resorts, holidays, but I was never used to coming to an ashram. Okay. And this is not even like a temple. I've gone to temple, but this is not even like temple. People are, everybody are in their happy zone, singing and being in groups, talking and all of that. And I was also wondering, how will anybody sit in silence for 4 days? Okay. And but this 4 days, my God, the silence for the 4 days was the best thing ever happened to me, and how I felt after the 4 days and stuff like that. So on the fourth day of the course, when you came out from silence, I was first of all amazed because my own skin was glowing, my face was all shining. And that was also something very, because I am, not used to it. I didn't even know that you meditate, your skin will start glowing and stuff like that. And of course, the energy is so high. And what I was not sinking in is, there is a man, and people run behind this guy. I'm talking about Gurudev. But there are so many pictures of Gurudev in the ashram and all of that. And literally saw once his car coming, which was going towards Ganga Kutir, and there was a huge line running behind the car and stuff like that. I was not understanding what is happening, but I was just simply watching all of this. What happened was, right after that, there was satsang. So that was the Sunday evening satsang. Sundays are usually a little early satsang back then because it was a Kannada satsang. And Gurudev comes, Gurudev comes, he sits. And you know how the energy is, right? After 4 days of silence. So I was also with this Yes Plus group. Imagine a Yes Plus group, all from college, very hyperactive, very, we are on some different level that time. So what kicked me in when I was right there in the satsang was a flashback of the Yes Plus course. So in 2013, when they play the Love Moves the World video for, in the Yes Plus course, there is a very small clip. If you can actually go back to YouTube and look for the 2010 Love Moves the World, you'll find that clip where, Gurudev is singing Narayan, Narayan, Jai Jai Govind Hare. And this song was, I had this in my memory. And I don't know, maybe because of that, all that energy that I had. And we are sitting somewhere behind that eagle statue, which is there in amphitheater. And imagine 10,000 people there. Okay, there's so many people there. And I happened to shout, telling Gurudev, sing Narayan, Narayan, sitting in amphitheater. And fortunately, what happened that moment was, I don't know, I happened to be very loud. And this happened to hear, Gurudev heard this. Gurudev heard this, and what he did was, how that, Gurudev's mic is, he just pulled in others, and he was like, huh? I will meet you later, huh? He said. He actually responded to my request that, like I was asking him to sing Gurudev, sing Narayan, Narayan. And when he did that, how I felt that moment was all vibrant. It was a beautiful feeling, that how I felt. And for me, back then, it is not that Gurudev responded to me. For me, I was thinking, oh, some celebrity responded to me. For me, Gurudev was a celebrity back then. He was not, I didn't have any connection with Gurudev in that, like how I have now, right? And trust me, he guided through a meditation. That meditation was beautiful. It was very deep. And satsang got over. We were all in the same group and having fun in the ashram on the last day of the course. And we all get a message telling all the AMP participants, you are supposed to assemble in Vishalakshi Mandap for the darshan line. And we all go. It was pretty late in the night, around 9 o'clock. And we go, we are waiting. Gurudev, Gurudev, we all waiting. Gurudev comes late. So that day also Gurudev came late. And then he's having a flower in his hand. He's tapping everybody's head, and he's just walking towards us. And when my turn came, he stood there. He held me at the back. He hugged me. He pulled me. And then, and all these security people say, no standing up, sit. When you sit, you'll get better darshan. So I was literally sitting, I was not even standing. And Gurudev pulls me, and he's like, I told you, I will meet you. And that is what strike me. That was my first experience with Gurudev. Like, man, when you're in a group of 20, 30, you don't even know what is happening, who is screaming, all of us were in the classroom some time back, somebody is making some mysterious noise and something like that, and you're not able to recall. Here you're just there, and in that crowd in amphitheater, Gurudev telling me after that, when I just met him, he's telling me, I told you, no, I will meet you later. And then he starts asking me some questions like what I do, where am I from, and all that happened. And then he's also telling me, but you do something else, no. For a fact, I only forgot in that moment, I only forgot that I play cricket. I am talking about my college, from which city I belong to, and stuff like that. And I tell him that I play cricket for that time. I was somewhere around 19 or something, 16 or something. So I told him that. And after that, he told me one thing, very good, whatever you're doing, but along with all of this, become an art of living teacher. So this was in 2014. But I immediately did not become a teacher, but there's another long story for that. But then, yeah, it was beautiful. That was my first experience with Gurudev.
What to listen, hear that long story means how eventually everything
No,
turned.
yeah. So, like I said, all this was just sinking in for me. So I was not very sure if, you know, I used to love doing my Kriya because Kriya changed my life drastically from being very aggressive to being who I am today and all of that. Uh, but somewhere I was not ready for it. Okay, it was just not happening with me. And so 2014 over, 15 over. In 16, Gurudev again asked me during I don't know, one of the events there. And I again said, okay, okay. And I just moved on. So I
Your
was
Kriya
waiting
was
to,
regular in that period? Your Kriya was regular?
my Kriya was regular. Since 2013, my Kriya has been regular.
Okay.
Okay. It's just that I'm not ready to become a teacher. In the sense, I didn't want to become a teacher. I was just always listening to Gurudev. Yes, yes, I will do that. And 2017 also same thing happened. And again, I just passed the moment, and again I forgot about it, and I carried on with whatever I'm doing. In 2019, when Gurudev asked me for the fourth time, is when I got into I don't know, I just got into a notion of, this is not right. Gurudev is asking you to do, and even my teacher started telling this to me that, this is coming to you from Gurudev, so you should do it. And I just got into that thought. I registered myself for an VTP. And because I have to do VTP too before going for the TTP and stuff like that. So I did my VTP in 2019. And then what happened after 2019 was again 2020 March, the COVID hit us. And when COVID hit us, what happened? The initial few days, a lot of seva happened with the online courses and stuff. But again, after once I went, so I had an opportunity to go back to my hometown and relax there be there for some time. So when I went there, that is when I again lost in touch of with all this seva and stuff like that. So till 2022, I again was out of, that thought only went of becoming a teacher. So in 2022, what happened was 2022 Shivratri. Okay, I clearly remember. Since 2014 to 2022, Gurudev has always given me good attention, which I always loved. But that day, I did not. I felt something very different, and it actually touched me. And I came back from Shivratri. I spent the whole day. And in the night, I was also thinking that uh, I know why this happened, because in my head, this is all about to become a TTP. Like I am not doing, or there has been telling, and I'm not doing. And that is the night I thought this time I'll actually do it. And the night passed by. I thought, that is the whole night. I still remember how I felt, that a lot of regrets and stuff like that. So night passed by. Next day morning, somebody random messages me like somebody very random. I don't even know who this person is. Messages me telling there is a TTP happening. So she forwards me an email and stuff like that. And I go through the email. I see the last, applying date is 2 days ahead, and I try to apply, but it doesn't happen. I made some fake medical certificates and all because I didn't have time and all of that, and tried applying, did not happen. The last part of it is a teacher recommending, somebody has to recommend. Now, in this whole process, I was not in touch with my teacher, okay, in 2022. And in the last moment, I started calling my teacher. And when I tried calling her, her phone was not reachable. And then I got to know she has moved to the UK. Okay. And this is when I realized this is not going to happen. Today it's not going to happen. Just drop. Whatever you did till until then was a waste. And then the idea got dropped. But then what happened? 2 weeks later, you won't believe what happened that day. I never got up on a Monday morning to attend a Rudra Puja. Okay, I mean, though I stay in Bangalore, I go to ashram only when I feel like going to ashram and I want to see Gurudev. But apart from that, that day morning, it's a working day, everything is normal. But that day morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I've gotten ready to go to the ashram to attend Rudra Puja. Okay, I go to attend the Rudra Puja, and then Rudra Puja happened. Everything was blissful that day. And then we just, it was happening near Shiva temple. And then we were coming out from there. You know how the security stopped, right? They put the barricades and all of that. And this is all they've restricted everyone from going unless Gurudev's car passes by. Now, the best part, what happened there was Gurudev's car, his car just passes by. He stops there. So, he's just stopped there. And then he's calling me. He's calling me in that crowd. And I am telling the security, see, Gurudev is calling, Gurudev is calling. Leave me. The security is also not believing me that Gurudev is calling. And then he again, told him to leave me. And it was like Gurudev's car, people that side, people this side, and I'm walking towards Gurudev. And I go to Gurudev, and the first question he asked me, are you teaching or not? And then I told Gurudev, 2 weeks back I did try, but then at the last minute I got to know that my teacher is not here, and that is how I stopped processing the application and stuff like that. And that is when Gurudev told his secretary, Vishal Nirani, that he has to become a teacher now. And that is how I was sent to TTP. I was pushed to TTP. It's not even like, what is that? The proper application process, deadlines, nothing. It was just that Gurudev just pushed me to TTP, and within no time I was a teacher. But then, it was everything what happened from then till now. It's all sometimes even I wonder, like, is it all possible? And then somewhere I also know that it's all driven. It is all just driven. It is all just part of the plan. Stuff like that.
This is something very rare because Gurudev constantly telling this. Do you had means you have found out some answer why he was telling after doing TTP, like, okay, this was something very important, some answer, because somewhere or the other we try to connect the dots.
Yeah. Even I still wonder this question even now. But what I know was, since the time I've become a teacher till now, it's not been a long time. I'm a very new teacher as well. I just finished my 1 year in the last June. But what I know is I have taught Sudarshan Kriya for at least 400 plus people. And I have been able to do that. I've been able to drive a course every month. That is happening with me, which is so. And sometimes even this occurs in my head. Why does Gurudev give me so much attention? Like, why? You know? But yeah, I realized that, a lot of people have to get Kriya from me, through me maybe. That is one of the reasons.
This is something, another story. Many people can't do it because these days people are so busy. How you have done like 400 people every month?
Yeah, yeah.
That's great secret.
And one more thing, I've realized it just happens. I mean, all I have to do is just to have an intention and just to start it, and then it's all His grace. It's just we are like the puppet and just a string there. It's all His work. It all just happens. It all reaches, and people also have this experience through His grace only.
This
So
is okay, but there are many people, there are many teachers who are like trying hard. They are unable to turn the courses, and obviously they are seeking some answer from your side.
uh, so that happened with me. That's why I said I'm grateful for so many reasons. I'm just cherishing and living every bit of it actually.
It means what happened, how you have organized, how you are organizing every month course.
Organizing is it became pretty easy. So I stay in this one community called Bharti City in Bangalore.
Okay.
Okay. And when we started here, we were three volunteers, we were three savers. And then when Gurudev, that incident happened with Gurudev and he told Vishal Bhaiya, I came back and told these two folks that, I think we have to, do a course here. And we have to call Vishal Bhaiya because now I'm connected to Vishal Bhaiya. So let me call him and let's organize a course. And that course happened to be some 70 people course in the same month.
Organizing was difficult or it was easy? How it went?
It was really good. It was really good. It was very good. Organizing it was, I don't know that energy, when you are in that energy, it all just flows. Okay, it was just happening. I'll tell you, I'm not only talking about me, I think we have a set of group of people here. We have faced so many grays. We have so many stories to share. It is like it's never good, it's never ending. But what happened is this group energy really worked in for us. And we have been generating codes from a course. We are generating codes from a course. So that is how we were able to touch so many people. But this also feels very small because I know teachers who are taking huge number of uh, courses.
Ajay, this is only grace because there are so many teachers who don't take course and you are taking courses. So do you see something missing in them, some kind of thing, or it is just a play of grace? What do you want to say?
I really don't know. Even I am seeking for some answers when it comes to this. Sometimes I feel, you have. I'm sure Gurudev was there in our past lives as well, and all of this. This is generating from one of those lifetimes, and it's come here. Because what I remember, right, what I can tell you right now is, even before I did the Kriya, right? Even before I did the Yes Plus program, I don't know how many years back, maybe 13, 14 years back, where I was not even a part of Art of Living. So Gurudev had visited Mangalore. Okay, so Gurudev had visited Mangalore. So when he visited Mangalore, there are a lot of hoardings in Mangalore. Lot of hoardings, like, welcome to Sri to Mangalore and stuff like that. For me, if you ask me another question, like, when did you first see Gurudev? Okay, I will not tell you that, I first saw Gurudev when I saw him in the ashram on the last day of the course. I first saw Gurudev in that hoarding. And when I saw that hoarding, I really felt like, that was very, very charming and, something about that hoarding, his face on it and stuff like that. So when you connect all these dots and and somewhere I've heard, where uh, he keeps coming again and again when you just know that you're forgetting the knowledge that you have received from the past, to remind you that he keeps coming. And this is what I know. And I also sometimes feel like asking Gurudev only, Gurudev, why? Tell me why. you know. And there are some processes also to, where you can recall the thing. But yeah, I'm yet to go through all of that, and I feel something related to the past.
Have you done eternity anytime?
No, I haven't done it.
Yes, you should experience. So, talking about your cricket career, there are many people who are into sports and they feel like a little bit of aggression is required just to beat the competitor and just to have that sports that spirit out. I've also many times seen many sports person. They are like, okay, we need to be aggressive. Let me show you and all. But these days, many sports person are doing meditation and all. So does it affect on the aggressive part? Okay, that we should have while we are playing something. How you have?
It definitely does. It makes a lot of difference. I'll tell you how. See, we all know that when do we feel stressed? When do we feel stressed? When we observe our mind, it is always in the past and the future, right? And you see a lot of people uh, in the game. For example, if you're a fan of cricket, if you're watching cricket, right? When does anger come?
And someone is sledging like that.
Whatever has happened in the past, the anger comes, right? The anger comes thinking about what has happened in the past. Now, when does fear come? What is
When we
going
look
to
at the
happen in the
scoreboard and we
future?
see, okay, the current run is very
Yeah.
less.
See, for example, now India is going to play their World Cup. India women's I'm talking about. They're going to play their World Cup. Now there is a fear because they're thinking about the World Cup,
Yes.
right? And sometimes, so anger comes when you think about the past. Fear comes when you think about the future. If that's so, then where is the performance happening? Exactly, the present. The performance is happening in the present moment. Be in the present moment, to perform there, that is where they need your, meditations, kriya, to keep them sane, to relax. Of course, a lot of times you see a lot of cricketers and sports people, they do so much of hard work, dedicated. They spend hours and hours together, training and stuff. But if they don't know to relax, right, that is where they will not get the exact result what they're looking for. Uh,
Absolutely, absolutely. There was one video I have seen of MS Dhoni where he has hit a six and he was so relaxed that he didn't even bother to look up and see if it has gone out of the boundary or not.
because sometimes when you connect the ball, it's gone out of the park. You don't even have to even
Look at the ball.
right, you don't even have to look at it because it's gone out of the park. Sometimes this happens with us also. When I was playing cricket before doing the Kriya, this used to happen to me. I was a little skeptical about left arm spinner, leg spinners. Now, when I'm batting there, if I see a left arm spinner coming or a leg spinner coming, I used to always think, Arey yaar, now another what, what if I get out?
Hmm.
Okay, this thought always came, and believe me or not, if this thought comes, another 4 5 balls, you're gone. You see, cricket looks like it's a very much a physical game and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, that is also a mind game. It depends on at that moment what you want to play because see, you could pre-decide your shot and all, but how do you know what the bowler is going to bowl?
Yes.
So it's very much, it actually matters how much you are at the present moment. But what happened to me after the kriya, when I was practicing my kriya and when I was going to play cricket, was it was so, it was very easy. It was very easy. And sometimes I also felt, I should tell my people who might talk after the game also. Today, for me, the cricket ball was looking like a football. That, I can go out and play smoothly. Actually, I feel like telling so many things, but I'm restricted from telling because all of you will get to know what happened just last week.
Tell us. This is a
No, no,
very
that
all devotee
I am restricted
podcast.
from telling from other than coming from the art of living itself. But I was so grateful that I could be a part of that course, helping them take the course, like teach them Kriya.
Okay, someone big has learned Sudarshan Kriya, I guess.
Yeah, somebody big, some group of people have learned Sudarshan.
Wonderful, wonderful. So there are so many people who are interested in these things, like learning. There are so many type of techniques out there, and these days it has been for multinationals also. They feel like, okay, if we allow you, then we have to allow all these other organizations also to do all the things. So, like, to someone who is very new, he feels like, okay, I don't want to get attached to anything. I want to just see. But this concept of guru and all this something looks fishy.
Yeah.
So, how do you convince youth, and how do you see it? Because sometimes, okay, this is a guru, and everyone is saying Jai Gurudev. In comment section also, I tell people don't write Jai Gurudev because sometimes people interpret it in different way.
Hmm.
So, why a guru is required in this path? Maybe we can learn the technique and learn so many other techniques also.
I will tell you my experience. So tools and techniques definitely will help. I'm not telling it will not help. It will definitely help. But what guru brings into this is when you're practicing something, there's a lot of see what is grace. Grace is nothing but the positive energy. So when you have a guru, there's a lot of positive energy behind the techniques that you do. Okay. So and see, I also understand at the initial days, the guru term doesn't sink in properly. People run away from that. Hey, this and all, at this stage, we don't need all of this and stuff like that. But I also come back from the same point. If a guru has to come in anybody's life, it will definitely come. You don't have to, it just happens. Maybe, yeah, you initial few days you try doing, Sudarshan Kriya, meditations, practice. Here, one more thing is the people around, like for example, us, right? We definitely have to encourage them to see beyond that. For example, somebody doing Sudarshan Kriya for the last 20, 30 years and only doing 20, 40, 40, 20, 40, 40, 20, 40, 40, they'll be there only. There has to be that some progress, and this little progress. And when this progress starts, if my teacher didn't push me for advanced course, I would have never met Gurudev. And that is a responsibility we have, people around us. If we know something, not forcefully, not anything with where they will not like the way you're sending it, but we have to inspire them to do now or later. But that inspiration has to come from us.
And
Did I miss
obviously,
any part of your question, Abhishek ji?
you have answered very nicely that it automatically comes, it automatically sinks in.
It
And
comes.
these
Yeah.
days, when we are talking about what youth thinks, obviously, when they see teacher like you, they will get inspired. Okay, he's playing cricket also, he's into good company and doing all the things, and same time following the spiritual path. I guess the role models like you help the society to get connected. Okay, yes, if he can come, I can also come
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. See, I take my example for everybody because I was in that phase. So if I can come, then anybody can come. There is nobody, it's open for all.
Yeah, there is some today we can see there are a lot of craze about sports and everything.
Hmm.
Somewhere or the other, when we are talking about cricket, it's a highly competitive game. It's a religion. It's not a game in India. It's a religion in India. Somewhere, every street, everywhere, people are playing cricket, and they are doing also good. They are taking out time. they are thinking, okay, someday I will play for India, but only maybe 15 people can get selected in the team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mental thing also going on. How you have coped up with all the things? Now you are into software, but
Hmm.
somewhere or the other, you have put your heart, means blood, sweat, everything to this thing. How do you have convinced yourself, okay, this is something I need to now switch into software? How this transition happened?
Very good. So this is where the superpower comes in place. Because when you have knowledge, you can take care of any situations or whatever it is. For example, I should, if you know, you
And
want.
one more thing I would just like to
Mhm.
add, because see, there are some people who likes physical, some people who are comfortable in sitting and doing a work. It's a big thing for them. How the transition, it's called in astrology, we say Mangal energy and Buddha energy. Buddha energy can sit and do some work, but Mangal energy needs to stand up and do something.
Yeah.
So please tell it briefly how this happened and everything.
See, I'm whatever I'm saying right now is with the experience. I have I come back from a background where I've given it all. Where I was where my coach, when the conversation what I used to hear when I was 16, 17 is this guy will play for under 19 India and stuff like that. So when it came to under 19, I really did not make it. I was there in the ZCA, NCA, and all National Cricket Academy and all, but I was not there in the team. Now, what happened was, I think when you do your practice, see, we all heard knowledge points in our course, right? We know we have five sutras, you apply any point of your life, all this is there. This will actually start playing its role. It'll all, just happens to you when you do your Kriya every day. Kriya regularly. So here and there we keep missing, but it's okay. Kriya regularly. So whenever such things happen to me, when things were not working out, so under 19 also passed by. Now what I have, but luck also. I'm telling you, we were pretty lucky also. When under 19 got over, under 23 started. We were like, oh, now we have another opportunity. Under 23 is also happening. So there also it happened again. All these matches and stuff like that. Again, it's not. It didn't make it bigger than that. Then again, 25. So when all of this is happening, and I think when you're doing your Kriya, the knowledge point what we learn in our happiness programs or Yes Plus or all the basic course, whatever is the basic course, they actually start playing its role because that is why knowledge is nothing but seeding. Once you just hear it, you know it. Now, what will happen with people? So that is why I said we are the blessed souls. We know, because we have knowledge with us, we have Gurudev with us. Everything is so much taken care for us. We have so many opportunities coming. You know, I got this job in a company, EMC Square, when I was 23, 24. But how I got this job is nothing but also cricket. Okay, because I was having my breakfast one day in KACA. So KACA is the Karnataka State Cricket Association. So there, the guy who saw me playing, offered me a job so that I could play for EMC Square. Okay, that is how I got the job. And then, what I would say is what has to happen in your life, it happens. It happens any somehow. And somewhere your passion is linked with your career. For example, I got this job because of cricket. Okay. And as time progresses, now if you don't have this knowledge, because I have seen my friends as well, they have given everything to cricket. Now, when that doesn't happen, that is when the graph goes downwards. They don't know what else to do. Then they'll be like they just don't know what to do. Even now they are, I have seen people who are still stuck in life, not knowing what to do and stuff like that. But people in knowledge, they see opportunities out of them. Okay. you start your own cricket academy because your passion is cricket. You're still playing cricket. You're working. You have everything sorted for you. But still, go train cricket. You need not be a cricketer only to play, right? You can contribute to cricket in any ways. You can go train cricketers, who are inspired to play in the future and stuff. That is what even I have been doing. And you're talking about from being very physical to somewhere, where you're coming in, sitting. I think anything is possible if you're in that right state of mind. And this is what happens. If everything is sorted here, then everything will be sorted on the other side as well.
Yes, the big knowledge points come is like be happy in whichever situation you are there.
Yeah. Accept situation, just keep moving on.
Wonderful, wonderful. Then this is the very difficult point, I guess, acceptance. That whenever I also take course, this point always gets a counter from the. Uh,
And when we have a great master like Gurudev, he'll make sure you do experience something amazing when you're doing whatever you are doing. Uh, because last week what happened was definitely a guru story for me, and I was just amazed. Wow. So these wow moments keep coming all the time.
Maybe in some offline session where there is no YouTube and all, I want to know that story.
Yeah, but I'm not able to, but I will someday.
I guess there are so many things these days happening because everyone is so passionate about what they want to do and all, and this is causing depression. And someone who is fallen in depression, how they can come out of it? Because uh, it is so common these days, like people falling, they get depressed. They have done something because there's only way of happiness for youth is okay, feeling validated somehow or the other.
Hmm.
And when someone don't feel validated, is not in the number one position, he has done his best, the mind goes like, okay, what to do? So in that situation, how someone can regain the energy back?
See, there will be so many people around us. We will see them. We know that they are going through something. Something is not going right in their life and stuff like that. I will say, make them meditate, make them do Kriya, make them do Kriya, no matter what. For me, also, the rule is simple. So it's just because I'm a teacher, not that, if I don't do my Kriya, even I look worse than a donkey. Okay, what happens is doing these practices will actually help you a lot. And people who meditate, if somebody is going through a difficult time, we have to make sure that they meditate, they do the Kriya. Sometimes just the Kriya, they maybe yes, of course, Kriya is always taken care, but sometimes they will need some extra push. If that is required, it's okay to give that extra push. Till they get used to it. So if we can take that responsibility, we can do anything. We can help so many people. I have a friend who is, I told he was also a very good cricketer. I'm telling you, he was a very good cricketer. But what happened with him was because he was not, he actually got into a wrong company where he got into some drugs and all of this. And because he got used to it, he absolutely stopped playing cricket and his other activities became more. And now, after some point, what happened was after 3, 4 years, when all his friends are doing well, they're all, playing some, in one of the franchises in IPL, or probably they're well settled in their life and stuff like that. And when you see yourself there, he was out. He even got into a state where, he was nowhere. But now, somewhere, something is doing okay because his people around him are helping him do this kriya and stuff like that, so somewhere he's getting back. So this will also happen in people's life, they will come back having such knowledge and of course with the grace of the master.
Acha, one more thing, like you are into fitness also, means cricket is
Hmm.
a fitness sport.
Hmm.
These days, everyone is fascinated by okay, going gym and doing all the things. So it's a question out of the track. Playing such a sport requires a lot of energy and all. So what kind? Because you are a vegetarian, you are an art of living teacher. Obviously, how what do you eat to just maintain that energy and all?
Ah, so listen. So I was a typical non-vegetarian
Yes.
earlier. Now, since no, not even 3 years, 2.5 years maybe, that I've become a proper vegetarian. Now I don't have, see, earlier, because I come back from a family where they were hardcore non-vegetarians, like lunch non-veg, dinner non-veg, and stuff like that. I'm telling you, because of that, I eat everything, whatever I get now. So I do not have anything. Food, I love eating food, but I train like that. Doesn't matter what I eat, but of course, I also go to the gym every day because they're all strengthening your, all the muscle power and all. But to do that,
Gurudev also goes to gym. I
yeah,
agree.
okay, so gym and all I do. Food, of course, I'm vegetarian, but yes, I eat. I do not have any specifics there because for me, what comes is I really like eating. So whatever get I just want to. There's
Okay.
no much options I get there. So because of that. But apart from that, you see, gym is something where you have to put energy.
Yes.
Okay, and of course it gives you strength and stuff. But trust me, 2 rounds of Padmasana every day, so much energy you'll get, your day goes super smooth.
So what's your morning routine like? Gym, then Kriya, or
So I have a little, nobody should follow my routine when it comes to the daily routine because I work a little late, so I sleep a little late and stuff. But as soon as I get up, my Kriya will be done. My Kriya will be done. And then after some time, I just finish my some morning work and all. And then I go to the gym around in the, somewhere around 3-ish, 3, 4, and then I train. I Since I have a small group of academy, academy where I train students, kids as well. So that is also done, and then the work starts. So my Kriya part is done in the morning, and maybe so the best thing to do is finish your gym and do Kriya. But for me, this works a little better because once I get out of the house, then I'm all I'm always out. That's what is happening with me.
wow. It requires certain kind of energy also to do gym, do Kriya, take
Yeah.
course, stay connected with Gurudev, and it
Yeah.
happens with Guru Grace some or the other day.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but it's happening with me. I know it's all grace.
One more Guru story that there are so many things that happen when you have done any one more Guru story you'd like to share.
See, I have actually so many guru stories. uh, you know, but let me share this, the recent one, most recent one. We all see Instagram and
Yes.
Gurudev going on walk, walking with people. On Whenever he goes to US, he's walking with people. He's spending so much good time with them. And whenever he comes to where is that? Any European countries also he's working with people. And these all come on Instagram and we see them. And what we think, okay, Gurudev, all these people in the US, Europe and all are so lucky. Why? Because they're getting so much time with Gurudev, he's meeting them very nicely and stuff like that. And wherever we go, the security guards will come and stop us, right?
It
So,
happens.
so many securities in the ashram which they don't allow. So what happened with me was Gurudev was traveling to Mangalore. Okay, Gurudev was traveling to Mangalore. And when Gurudev was traveling to Mangalore, so one day when I went to meet Gurudev in the ashram, somehow this Mangalore thing came up, and Gurudev is like, even I told him, Gurudev, you're going to Mangalore and thing like that. He's like, yeah, you also come, he said. Okay, so because of which, I don't know, I don't know how this entire setup works with how people travel with Gurudev and everything. All I did was I just found out what time Gurudev is reaching Mangalore and when is he reaching. and I also went to Mangalore. So when Gurudev was landing in Mangalore, even we were in Mangalore. Okay. Trust me, those 2 days of my life is everything that I manifested. Like everything. Like we went for a walk in the beach, and then I even had opportunity to, hold Gurudev's clothes and then, like just be with him for 2 days. And there was another funny story also. So Gurudev, when you always want to drive, I always wanted to drive Gurudev's car. Okay. I always wanted to drive Gurudev's car. So in Bangalore, I thought I will do that. I'll get it. And then, but what happened with me was took my car and I went driving to Bangalore. So my car was already in Bangalore. So, there is a knowledge point in, not knowledge point, there is one process in happiness program, Yes Plus, since all of us have done that. If angels are around you and you want something, what is that exactly you need in your life? That one question. Be very specific, right? They say be very specific. And I was also I was manifesting. I want to drive Gurudev's car. Okay. Now on the second day, Gurudev asks me. He is like, "How are you going back to Bangalore?" And now I actually use my logical brain. Now, if I tell Gurudev that I came in my car, that he might not take me with him because he knows that I have my car, right? So I told him, Gurudev, I came in my car, but I will be coming back to Mangalore next week. So I'm planning to drop my car here and I'm still figuring out how to come back. So Gurudev is like, you do one thing, you get my car and come to Bangalore. Okay, so the entire setup also happened like that. Nobody knows what Gurudev was taking a charter from Cochin to Mangalore, and he had his plans back to Bangalore from Mangalore was not finalized. He was either going to take a charter, and Gurudev likes going on road. Okay, so his car from the ashram also had reached Mangalore. So when somebody was getting the car on the way to the ashram, when he reached Hassan or something, Gurudev decided his plan was fixed. You know, like his plan was fixed, and he was going to take a charter. Still, Gurudev told, "Let the car come to Bangalore." Okay, and so Gurudev tells me, "You get my car and come." And then I asked Gurudev like, "Gurudev, how are you going?" And he's like, "I'm taking the charter." And I bursted out laughing because in my head, I immediately got to know I should have manifested telling, I want to drive where Gurudev is in the car, not Gurudev's car. Okay. I burst out laughing and Gurudev laughed at it. And then I'm like, that became a very funny story. And then, so there was one of the secretaries of Shiv, Shiv was in Mangalore as well. And Gurudev told him, take Sahas and go to, when going back, let Sahas come in the car. And then for me, again, with all these stories, one beach walk over, and then, the drive is, for me, the best part was I'm asking Shiv, did Gurudev really take my name out? Like, does it tell, ask like, ask it back again. Like, did he really take my name out? Because I am not, whenever I meet Gurudev, he calls me Sarthak one time. He calls me something else one time. One day I literally stopped him, I'm like, Gurudev, I'm Sahas. Yeah, so that is one of the, fulfilling stories which recently happened. It was very, those 2 days, I think I'll never forget those 2 days, the time which I spent. Very nice.
It requires some kind of a karma so that we are getting time with Gurudev here.
Yeah, it does require.
Wonderful, wonderful. It was wonderful session today. How the time passed away, I really don't know. And everything you told, it completely resonated with me somewhere or the other way. Because this thing happens with each and everyone. And Gurudev is there with us. So we don't need to worry. And this is really a super over lifetime.
Super, we are so fortunate. We have nothing other than being fortunate, being very grateful for what we have today.
Absolutely. I'd like everyone to just share this session to maximum people. Do subscribe this channel also. We are doing this session every day. And साहस भैया, it was wonderful. दो शब्द कुछ हिंदी में भी भैया, बहुत सारे लोग जो सही समझे उनके लिए भी कुछ
Now that will be a bad end because मेरा हिंदी पता नहीं कितना समझ आएगा, but इतना ही बस.
yes, yes.
Yes.
So, any last message you want to give to all the people who are watching right now?
The last message I want everybody, do your kriya, no matter how lazy you get in every day, no matter what all you things you do every day. I'm telling you, just do your kriya every day. And of course, spread this. Sometimes, it might look like, why we have to. Of course, this is when, initially earlier, when I started doing this was a tool for me, it was a technique for me, and it was my secret. But trust me, when sharing your secret with everybody else and they going through the same emotions what you're going through is amazing. So the only one straight and clear message is no matter how lazy your day is, no matter how much you don't want to do your kriya that day, still go take your yoga mat, sit and do your kriya. Trust me, it is sorted.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sahas, for coming.
Thank you for this opportunity and thank you everyone.